Hi artists, Miss Watson here. I wanted to give you some tips on creating your Frida Kahlo inspired self-portrait. So during our session, I modeled using PhotoBooth. It's in your applications and you simply just take a picture of yourself. After you take your picture, you can also edit your photo. So I'm gonna drag it to my desktop and then I'm gonna open it up. And I want to take away the background. And the way that I can do that is I'm going to click on this marker and I'm going to go to the selection tools, but I'm going to use the smart lasso. And I'm going to draw around my face. And what that's doing is creating a selection of my face. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. So see how now it has only selected my face. So when I hit Tools, Crop, Convert, see how now it just leaves my face. Now I can also go to Tools, Adjust Color, and I can play around with these levels. So maybe if I add a little more exposure, see how it brightens up my face and it even darkens up my eyes. Can add a little highlight. Maybe I want to take all the color away and make it black and white, or really jump up the color. I want it to look almost like a painting. So I can play. I don't really want to add the tint. I can move the temperature. So maybe I want to move it warm. The sharpness. See how that really sharpens up the edges. I'm going to dull that back a little bit. Maybe play with the contrast that way. And if you decide, you know what, I want to go back, just reset all and see how it resets your picture. But I am going to up a little bit of the saturation and the exposure. And take down the temperature a little bit. So now I want to go into Sketchpad. Oops. So I'm going to go into Sketchpad. And I'm going to hit New, a blank. And I'll shrink that down. Now I'm going to go into Clip Art, load your own image, and I'm going to find my work. So now I was able to load it into Sketchpad and I can stretch it. And I want to think about the different elements that Frida Kahlo used. And we noticed how she used a lot of nature, and she also revealed a lot about herself in her work. So I'm actually going to use Google Images, and I'm going to type in paint background, because Miss Watson likes to paint. So I want to try and find a paint background. And I can scroll through and see which one that I like. I could get a little bit more specific. I could say maybe purple paint background because Miss Watson likes purple. Sorry guys, Finn wants to chime into this video. I kind of like this purple. So I can copy and then I can go back into Sketchpad and I can paste. So now I want to select, oh, I pasted twice. So I'm gonna stretch this over the background and I'm gonna right click, send to back. So see how now my image is in front. Now I can move my image down this way. Maybe I want to really zoom in. And I can also go to the clip art and maybe I want to type in flowers because we know Frida Kahlo used a lot of flowers in her work. And maybe I can add some flowers to my hair. I can copy and paste, and I can kind of shrink this down. So I might decide also I don't like all of the flowers, so maybe I just want to add a little bit to one side. Maybe I decide to shift this over a little bit and then add the flowers. Maybe I want the flowers to kind of frame my face. So it's almost like the flowers, I'm kind of peering out of the flowers. These are just some ideas that you can use, but I wanted to draw your attention to using PhotoBooth filters. So again, when I take my picture, I have effects, and I can do a glow, comic book, plastic camera. I used colored pencil to take my picture, and then when I used preview, I used Smart Lasso to cut only my face out, tools, adjust color. I hope this video was helpful, and as always, if you have any questions, feel free to message Miss Watson.